Good morrow, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura, and this is an Ice 9 Kills video. As I said in my intro, this is an Ice 9 Kills video. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about their new music video for Hip to Be Scared. But before I jump into that, we gotta talk about what's going on with Ice 9 Kills. First off, some batches of the Inked and Blood comic book have been released, and I am super excited to read it. I haven't yet, but I will be reading it and giving a full review on it at a later date. But I do want to say, it looks gorgeous. I've flipped through the pages and it's just insanely beautiful, and it's all in color, like a beautiful graphic novel. So that is on the to-do list, but for today, we're talking about their new single, Hip to Be Scared. With every great horror franchise, there's always a sequel. We are getting a sequel to The Silver Scream. The Silver Scream will have a sequel album. I'm so excited for this. I know we tossed around ideas in some of my last Ice 9 Kills videos about what they could do next. I pitched the idea for Grim Fairy Tales. There's so much that they can still do for future albums, but it appears with Hip to Be Scared that we're still following that classic horror movie theming. So in case you didn't know, that horror movie theming for Hip to Be Scared was American Psycho. American Psycho is up there with my favorites like Scream and Idle Hands and all of the borderline comedy, scary movie kind of movie. It's quirky, and the casting was phenomenal. So it's just, once again, one of those films that I feel really embodies Ice 9 Kills, because they are a seriously good band that focuses on the quirkier side of things. So a lot of these films that they are bringing into a melodic parody reflect the personality of the band, and it's very enjoyable. The video for Hip to Be Scared is so pretty. There are a lot of scenes that reflect scenes from American Psycho. The sound of the song itself is just amazing. It has a lot of those traditional Ice 9 Kills sounds, but it also has a new twist, and I'll show you what I mean. The part that's going to show up right here blew me away.
Ice 9 Kills.
The visual to go along with that sound was perfect. I loved the little dance that Spencer did. It just all flowed so perfectly, and it was so fun. And then when you listen to it without the visuals, it still has that same effect, but the audio itself still gives you that energized feeling, that bit of a bop, you know? I think the cinematography in this video is just beyond brilliant. It's gorgeous. I love every single frame. Ice 9 Kills has a way of telling a story with their videos, and even though this one didn't quite have a full storyline, you knew what was happening. Especially if you've seen American Psycho, you definitely knew what was happening. They did such a good job of putting things together and making it cohesive and tell a story without narration. Now, there was spoken word. The spoken word was, of course, a parody of spoken word from American Psycho. And I'll show you the comparisons now, just so you can actually compare it right now. So this is the Ice 9 Kills version of the wording.
Do you like Ice 9 Kills?
Not really.
Their early work was a little bit too scene for me, but when The Silver Scream came out, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically.
Amazing. And then this is the clip from American Psycho.
You like Huey Lewis on the news?
They're okay.
Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste. But when Sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically.
I've said this before, and I'll say it a million times. Spencer is a fantastic actor. He can be sinister, and he can also be comedic. And it's always a pleasure to watch him, especially in these music videos where he portrays a character that's supposed to be likable but sinister. And in all of the previous Silver Scream videos, you really got to appreciate that. And in this one, there was like that fun boppy side to it as well, doing the little dance and stuff, even though he was plotting the whole time. It was just so fun, and it's something that we all look forward to with Ice Nine Kills and their music videos, and just the theatrics of them in general. I'm pretty sure American Psycho was the first thing I ever saw Christian Bale in. I'd heard his voice. I heard his voice in Pocahontas growing up, and then I'd heard his voice in Howl's Moving Castle, which is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. But I think American Psycho was the first time I'd ever seen his face. So that role really stuck with me. And like I said before, the casting for American Psycho was just great. But I'm not giving a movie review, I promise. I'm just talking about Ice Nine Kills and their new music video that was based off of American Psycho. And it was brilliant. So I will pop in a picture of this next thing I'm talking about, but the scenes at the end where Spencer, he's got the tan coat on, that was beautiful. Loved those scenes. Loved the like nervousness in him. Again, just a brilliant actor portraying the emotions that his character was going through. Good intentions. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's gorgeous. So in addition to the new music video, Ice Nine Kills has announced a very small tour. And I actually have tickets for one stop on this tour. They're going to be playing in Greensboro, North Carolina at Arizona Pete's. I have a detailed history with Arizona Pete's. Not all of it's good, but I do know that the location itself is usually really good for concerts, especially rock concerts, mostly because of how the venue is set up. There's a bar area that's up above the, I guess you would call it like the general admission area. It's usually like the dance floor. Back in the day, there were like cage dancers above you and stuff. But the stage isn't like up high. It's more like, I'd say like chest level on me, and I'm a pretty short person. Some bands do bring their own risers though, so that they're higher up. And of course, Ice Nine Kills always has risers at the front of the stage, so Spencer can jump up and down and like do the theatrics, like when they all fall to the ground in Thank God It's Friday, they'll be behind the risers, and it creates the illusion of them dropping away from the stage. So I'm really excited to see how an Ice Nine Kills show is going to go at Arizona Pete's. But I'm just hyped for concerts to come back. I have VIP, so of course I'm going to be doing the post-pandemic VIP explainy, just giving my overall review like I typically do of the VIP experience, which so far all of my VIP experiences with Ice Nine Kills have been beyond expectation and absolutely wonderful. And I met my friends Casey and Cliff through the Ice Nine Kills VIP, so I'm super excited to see them again. I heard they also got tickets. And since shows are starting back and there's new information with like the comic book and the new album, which by the way has a title already that I haven't told you, I lost my train of thought, so I will just tell you the title of the new album. So the new album is going to be called The Silver Scream, Welcome to Horrorwood. Like Hollywood, but horror. So exciting. I'm really hyped for that. And if you have the Psychos Only app, so on one of the Ice Nine Kills websites that I will link below, there's teasers with dates. It's sealed evidence, that's how it's labeled, and it looks like little envelopes. And they're teasers of specific dates. Those dates are September 9th, August 9th, October 9th, and October 15th. So I'm really curious to know if there's going to be specific songs released on those nights, and those be our Nightmare on the Nights, and then merch drop to match the songs. Wishful thinking, perhaps? It'd be really awesome to just have songs from the album drop one month right after the other, always on the 9th, and compare them with Nightmare on the 9th clothing, and it'd just be really cool. I would be so thrilled. In addition to all of that, on one of the pictures on like the wall thing that I was talking about that had those dates, there was also a set list, and it had stuff scribbled out except for the song that was released. It looked like this. They're all scratched out except for track number 8. If you zoom in, you can tell what some of them say. For example, one of the tracks is called Worst Vacation. So many possibilities. I mean, so many possibilities. We could go comedy with like Weekend at Bernie's, or Psycho Beach Party, which was a parody in itself, or we could go the other spectrum with like Cabin in the Woods, Evil Dead, Final Destination. Oh, my heart would drop if it was Final Destination. Just thinking about it. I'm a sucker for Devon Sawa movies, in case you didn't know that. I would love an Idle Hands song, but Final Destination, that would be right up there with it. The Final Destination series is my second favorite series under the Scream series. I'd be all for that. So another one is called The Box, or at least it looks like it's called The Box, and perhaps 7? Like, what's in the box? 7? Or Hellraiser? Because there was a box. Also Cabin in the Woods. Not like the box guy had a lot to do, but he was there, and there was a box. It could be like a Buried Alive scenario. I don't know. That's one to think about. Here's another one that's got me super excited. It's called Take Your Pick. I'll give you a second to guess what I think that one is. I think it's gonna be My Bloody Valentine. Because, you know, pickaxe. I think that's what that one's gonna be. And that's exciting. I love My Bloody Valentine. Oh, I forgot to mention, Ice Nine Kills has also announced a second leg to their tour, and it's gonna be in November. And they are coming back to North Carolina. They'll be in Jacksonville at the Limelight for the second North Carolina date. So if you didn't get Arizona Pete's, there's still a chance for that one. So to wrap things up, I just want to say that I think the new Ice Nine Kills song is fantastic. I'm expecting nothing less though. And the music video was gorgeous. I've already said that word before. I know I'm running out of descriptive words. They're all the good things. The music video was beautiful. And who doesn't love to see amazing talents in amazing suits? So be sure to check out their tour dates. Be sure to check out the Psychos Only app and check out the websites I've got down below, linking you to all of the hints and secrets and to the tour dates as well. And I will also be linking the music video at the end of this video and down in the description because it's worth watching a million times. I love it so much. So for the comments down below, I want you to tell me what your predictions are for the new songs, just based on the titles that we've deciphered through the internet being sneaky and trying to figure out what the scribbles mean. What do you think they are, and what do you think they're going to be about? You let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you don't talk to me about that, just talk to me about something, because I love for you to talk to me down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye. Bye!